How's everyone doing? It is Friday, and this is the new series I started kind of talking about. It's called Real Talk Fridays, really, when I am going to just talk about what's it like being a small business owner, an agency owner, and and we kind of talk a little bit about um, just in general, just not necessarily providing some feedback and some information about marketing, but just to talk about what's it like to be an agency owner on in fourth quarter of 2023, right? So I started this series because we are in the midst of a celebration. It'll be 4 years. As a matter of fact, it's 4 years, I think, if I look at my calendar. 4 years in the next couple of days that been full time in this business, and I thought every week I will come on, and whether I am dressed up or just in my car, or just to talk a little bit about it, and to talk about for those who maybe need encouragement, who are interested and maybe looking to start their own business, start their own agency, to try to give them encouragement. So I figured I'd come on. Now, what makes these talks special, it's no agenda, there's no plan to them. So I plan to spend no more than 5-10 minutes to chat, because we all busy, right? And it's Friday, right? As I mentioned before, Friday is my favorite day of the week, because it is Friday, and this has been a week. And as a matter of fact, I just got back from a conference. Let's see if I can show it to you guys. I don't know if you can see this. You can see a little bit of it. It's the National Entrepreneur Association Conference. First time I've been to this conference here in the Metro Detroit area. It was downtown, and it was a great conference. Not that I thought it wasn't going to be. It was an amazing conference, and it just was right on time. And what I mean by that is, if you're a small business owner, or if you're thinking about it, well, mainly if you're a small business owner, you have to understand that sometimes it can kind of get lonely out here in these digital streets, or even in the physical streets, when you are a small business owner. Because if you come from my background, I mean, I have a civil servant. I had a civil servant dad, who was a fireman. My mom was a school teacher, and education was important. And when you have this great corporate job, and you sort of reach this pinnacle of success, going and being a small business owner, which was something that, especially people of color were forced to survive, is something that's either it's looked upon as great, but for that generation, it's kind of looked upon as like, okay, why are you not wanting to be sitting at the tables with everybody else? And that's not the case. It's just that, I wanted a different table. I wanted to create a different table. Um, but but anyway, this conference was wonderful because it was very uplifting. And I don't care what anybody tells you about small business life, you're going to have your highs and lows. And this week for me has been an evolution. It's been high and low. A lot of things has happened. It's been very busy this week. I think I've done workshop for about 80 people, um, telling them and teaching them about marketing, what they should do in terms of marketing for their business on a budget. That is a sweet spot of mine, where I try to help small business owners, whether they're service businesses and product businesses, to help market on a budget. So I talked to about 80. I was in Zoom calls, a couple of Zoom calls with about 80 people this week, and then I also had like an intimate call with a group of folks, just trying to help them through the what they should do in fourth quarter. And one thing I can get out of that is that it's sometimes it's scary being your own boss, and doing things, and spending money where there's no guarantees, and in the case of being a business owner, you gotta do that. And the best way that you can do it, I know for me, is this: that you gotta walk by faith. You gotta have some level of faith. And that's what I have to adhere to, is you have to have some level of faith. And I do. As a matter of fact, my login is called Have Faith. That's how much I walk on it, because it is, every week there's always going to be something's going to change, and you have to kind of just live through it. So it's Friday. I'm about to head out to happy hour, just to celebrate that I made it through a relatively very busy week. a busy week of work, and trying to capitalize that on, with revenue coming in and revenue going out or expenses going out. um, you just kind of have to walk by faith in certain things. And so when you do go to a conference such as this conference, something comes up like this that you planned it, but you just, you wake up in the morning. I woke up this morning and I was saying to myself, okay, let me just get get geared up to go to this and to get there and to get rejuvenated, to get revitalized. Everybody needs to do this. So my tip is, if you are a small business owner and you're not part of a community of other small business owners, you need to be a part of a community. You need to get out there and you need to get into a physical space too. I know we've been, online in the pandemic and I'm all online, but if you can make it to physically meet people and get out there and see people who are just like you, in the space, it is so important for your mental well-being. I know for me, it's been important. I've had to have it. You got to have it, because mentally, in any business, you need to be able to kind of weather the storms and weather the fires. As an agency owner, I have a lot of clients. My clients means I have multiple bosses, and so I have to be able to take everything in measured steps that way. So yeah, what I do on Fridays, Fridays is it's a relief day for me. I purposely try not to have any meetings after 1 p.m. on Fridays. Why? Because I don't want to have meetings after 1 p.m. on Fridays. And who does, right? I try to like start to wind down Friday, wind down in both terms, as well. No, I don't go to happy hour every Friday, but I will be today. I will be today. But I just want to just really take stock of the week and sort of plan out my weekend, which does require a little bit of work happening over the weekend, and just get ready to tackle it again for next week. So, one of the things I wanted to mention, and I don't want to babble along, for my Real Talk Fridays, is to kind of just talk about what it means. And so this Friday is like trying to beat over exhaustion and trying to get yourself motivated and how you need to, be a part of a group. So that's all I really want to chat about. And if you do have some comments or questions, if you want to know what it's like, yeah, to be a business owner, and you just want some advice, feel free to reach out. So glad this was a great talk, and see you next week.